Good morning. My name is Manuel,
Alejandro.
Aisha.
Octavio.
and today we're going to be recording our second trade discussion. So, who wants to start off?
I'll start off.
Okay, so what I had was financing international trade and trade deflects and suppliers. What I found very interesting was that when the international trade was happening, in order to match the currency of another country, you had to buy the country's other currency with your currency. So, like a British pound could be like £1 can be like $1.50 to buy. So that's something I found very interesting. And also something that I found interesting was that they measured the strength of a country's currency. The strength is being the value of it. So if the value of it goes too low, then it could affect the imports and exports of a country. Because when it's too low, the value, the exports will be much cheaper for the person exporting it than the person receiving it. Who wants to go?
I can go next. So the section that I had was why nations trade. After I read this, I learned a lot about the trading process between different countries. I learned that the trades that people gave to other countries were based off of different products and the value of them. I found it very interesting because you just learn what unique things people have. Who would like to go next?
I would go next. Okay, so the topics I had was argument for protection and free trade movement. So what I found interesting was that protectionists argue with no trade barriers, a country becoming specialized would end up being dependent on other countries. So what this means is, if a country didn't have could trade with other countries, they wouldn't be strong enough, and they would depend more on other countries than on themselves. And another thing that I found interesting was protectionist restrictions on other import trade defects helps balance payments. And yeah, you want to talk, Alejandro?
Sure.
Take the mic.
My part was on barriers to international trade. I just found it interesting how there's a huge process to go through when importing goods from another country to the U.S. One of the examples are tariffs, which basically is like a tax on the imports that are on the stuff that is getting imported. That's pretty much all. The rest is just a bunch of barriers that products have to go through in order to get imported to the U.S.
I'll take it. So the question that we have, or that we were questioned, was the different ideas to create complete picture of what it means to own a business that might have. Oh my God, just cut it off. Okay, what does it mean to own a business outside of the U.S.? Hey, does anyone want to answer this?
I'll go first.
I feel like what it means to own a business that could go outside the U.S. is that you have to start realizing how much you're gonna need to pay to export or import the goods that you need, and at what cost is it gonna be, because not everywhere in the same country or continent it's gonna be the same price, as the U.S. doesn't run the same dollars as Mexico or in Europe. Does anyone have something else?
I think that one important thing is the value of the goods matter most. That's something that I found interesting.
No.
What was it again?
Basically what it means to own a business that could be outside the U.S. too.
I feel like owning a business outside of the U.S. it would be nice, but it would also be hard because you would have to buy a lot of products that are not in the U.S. and also the currency just different. If you have a certain amount of money in the U.S., it might not be the same amount of money you have in the U.K. or like somewhere else that you're gonna have your business. So I feel like it would be different, and like you would struggle a bit.
That was our record trade discussion. Thank you.